Ugochiyere, you are fearless.
Idato kelenu. Idato kelenu. Idato kelezono. Let me start by welcoming our leaders who are here today. And in particular, let me also welcome the President General of the Hon.Ikenga Ugochiyere Youth, my very good brother, who came all the way from Owerri this morning to be with us. Comrade Ibayaka, Ibayaka, who all of you are aware was kidnapped in Owerri by the police on the instruction of the Ebonyi government over a trump-up allegation of terrorism, castrated for months in Ebonyi State. They put him in a boot of the car from Owerri to Ebonyi. We have been fighting for his release, and thank God Almighty, Comrade Ibayaka have been released, and is here to show solidarity to our people. Comrade, you are welcome. And I will appeal to Governor of Ebonyi State and the police command in Ebonyi to discontinue that frivolous charge filed against our brother, the president of Igbo Youth. It's very insulting that the president of Hon.Ikenga Igbo Youth can be kidnapped like a common criminal over trump-up charges. We have great respect for Governor Wifrey of Ebonyi, and such things, his name should not be associated with it. And I appeal that he discontinue those charges against Comrade. Let me also appreciate our people for the support over the years that have seen us succeeding at every given junction. And it's because of the support you have given to us that we have been able to record huge progress in our representation. From numerous bills to motions that are historic and have the capacity to change the landmark of a Nigerian political space. And also, the projects that we have been able to deliver with your support. As of this moment, we have completed 25 water boreholes. We have done about 15 schools. We have done above 4,000 solar street lights. We are working on our hospitals and also fighting for more federal attention to our problem. We have done solar grid at the St. Peter's School, where we have our girls studying, and numerous other projects, including the scholarship program that is also running. By God's grace, the coming months will commission all these projects.
Well, man.
Let me also thank the federal government for coming to our rescue first when we raised the alarm on Umuchi-Magoli erosion. The President and the Federal Executive Council unanimously approved 25 billion for the erosion control, and work started before the state government wrote that they want to take over and complete. I will also thank the state government for also keeping to their commitment to complete the project. We have seen work that is ongoing, and we hope it will be completed in due time. But let me also plead and beg again that yes, we are resolving the Umuchi-Magoli erosion problem, but there's other devastating erosion problem that is about to cut it out from civilization. We have the Umuchi-Magoli erosion that has gone out of control. We also have the Uruala-Goli erosion, Site 1, Site 2, Site 3, up to Ozuome, that is about to carry both the St. Jude Catholic Church, both the Palace of the King, and other federal infrastructure that we have there. It's so devastating in Uruala that farmlands have been cut, up to Isiogbo Obodoko, because of the abandonment of the World Bank project. The World Bank invested close to 9 billion, But because of the greed of the state government then, World Bank pulled away from sight, and our people are currently dying. So let me appeal to the federal government once again, and the Minister of Works and the Minister of Environment, please find a way to intervene in Umueshi Amana Otogoli erosion and that of Uruala, which is killing our people. And also, some of you have asked me for my reaction on the video broadcast that was made by the separatist group that alleged that the government of Imo State contracted them to assassinate me. It's so painful that we've been trying to forget the event that happened on this very ground here in our compound that led to the execution of our family members, especially Uncle Dan, and other people here, Jirika, and so on and so forth, for doing nothing. We knew where the attack came from. But it's so unfortunate that up till now, the Nigerian police have not been able to find those behind this assassination that led to the death of our loved one and bombing of our home. But I will call on the National Security Advisor, Nuhirubadu, and the President and the IG of Police. I have sent that video to the NSA and to the IG of Police to investigate that new revelation that the government in Imo State contracted those who came here to kill our people and attempted to kill me. We want nothing but justice for our fallen heroes, and then also to avert them from repeating this heinous crime against our people.
I will never let you go unless you do justice. I will never let you go unless you do justice. I will never let you go unless you do justice. I will never let you go unless you do justice.
Let me, at this juncture, as you're already aware, down here, our people have been facing serious security challenges, especially with the invasion of our farmland that have led to killing of our mothers and our fathers, kidnapping of our people for ransom. Whether you call it herders, farmers, criminality is criminality. Our mothers can no longer farm. Our people are scared to go to the farmland. I want the federal government to consider these security challenges around the axis of Owerri Obinze and down to our side and parts of Anambra, a matter of national priority, and support our soldiers who are doing very well and our police. But let me also appreciate the IG of Police who has deployed a new tactical team and the Chief of Army Staff that have also created a unit of the Army. But we want this to be increased to a number that can be able to lead the assault to root out all these people from our forests so that our mothers and fathers can go back to the farm.
Ikenga Ugochiyere.
It's also
Ikenga
on that ground that I want to ask the federal government led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to consider the issue of finding lasting peace and solution to the Southeast security challenges by taking the first foundational step, which is the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have asked because this is going to be a very good show of good faith. The trial that is commencing on 29th and 2nd, vis-a-vis the powers of the federal government under Section 174-176, the Attorney General can issue nolle, like he did in the case of Sowore and other people, to give our people a sense that they will believe that when issues comes up that involves Igbo people will also be treated fair. Let this trial be discontinued and let the President convene a National Peace and Reconciliation Summit to address all these challenges that have led to increasing security in our land. And releasing our brother, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is a critical step towards achieving that progress. also is very important to start on this note, that those days that we are so scared that will come is now here with us, as it has to do with the opposition and the PDP. We cried, we fought, we begged that the PDP leaders stand up and rescue the party. That you have an impostor in the person of Umar Damagu and a treacherous political human being in the person of Samuel Anyanwu. PDP governors played with this. PDP stakeholders played with this. We said if the right thing is not done, that this party will disintegrate before our own very eye. That if Elese Kweme, Barnabas Gamede, Solomon La, Adamu Chiroma, and all the founding fathers of this party, that if all of them are alive today, seeing what is happening, that they will be crying, that how the once biggest opposition platform in Africa have been turned into a political dog that barks without biting. The threat that these men portend will warn of the consequences. Today, look at the state of our party. Our governors are jumping ship. Our lawmakers are jumping ship. Our senators are jumping ship. Our members are jumping ship in different parts of the country. But come to think about it. We may blame outsiders or those who have decided to work with the APC. But what about ourselves, our governors? What did the governors do categorically to resolve this problem? When IU was removed, the right thing to have been done was to convene a NEC meeting and find a replacement from North Central. When the time for NEC come, our governors will say, it is Salah. Muslim people are traveling, let's shift it. When they come back, they say again, it is Easter. When they come back again, they say it is Christmas. When they come back again, they say it's Umrah, that people have traveled to Saudi Arabia. When they come back again, they say it is public holiday. Is this not a shameful behavior? That for 2 years, the leaders of this party could not find a solution to the problem. For 2 good years, because they have decided to sabotage the same platform that gave them whatever they have today. 2 good years, Damagu have stayed with Anyanwu to carry out a very simple task, which is to decimate the party. I listened and I saw Damagu say that our fate is in God's hands. That is rubbish and arrant statement, nonsense. Damagu, why are you bringing God into this? How can our fate be in God's hand? Where was God when you refused to allow a NEC meeting for North Central to appoint an acting replacement? Where was God when you kept on shifting it? Where was God when you filed matter in court against our own PDP in support of those lawmakers who defected from PDP to APC in Rivers State, which led us to the crisis of emergency today in Rivers? Where was God when you decided to give party structures to members of the APC? Where was God when you kept on supporting the likes of Danobidem and all those other treacherous elements that were hell-bent on destroying the party? You now talk about our fate is in God's hands. But you gave Wike the permission to join the APC government while remaining in PDP. You are the one that is encouraging them both in death and everywhere to the camp. And you open your mouth and say, our fate is in God's hands. And you are still sitting in a position that you have no legal right to be sitting. You're a very wicked man. And it's on this point I want to alert our party members that Damagu and Anyanwu has once again perfected a new plot to ensure that the next meeting of May to ratify these issues does not hold. They also perfected a plot to ensure that the August convention is aborted if they will not be the ones to be re-elected. I need to give our party members information that they have perfected a plan, a very ridiculous one and insulting, to re-elect Umar Damagu and Anyanwu as officers of the party in August. Where that is not possible and where they cannot get a stooge, they will ensure that the convention is aborted. This is so painful. And I must also inform you that I have also confirmed that 40 lawmakers elected on the platform of the party is going to decamp from the party in the coming weeks. Look at the state we are today. lawmakers decamping in mass, governors decamping in mass. Two extra governors about to decamp, I can confirm to you today. And Damagu is still sitting and saying that our fate is in God's hands. Let me call on the members of the NWC that the whole world is watching them. And if they want to be taken serious, two critical things must be done. One, the unconditional expulsion of Samuel Anyanwu and Nyesom Wike from the party. Are we cowards? No. This is the demand of stakeholders of the party. Nobody in Nigeria can take the party serious if ordinary expulsion of those who have committed to kill the party cannot be carried out by the NWC. Those who want the right to be done in the NWC are in majority. Convene an NWC meeting, with or without Damagu, and carry out this action. Yes, it will be turbulent at the initial stage, but we will survive it rather than allow them to stay and carry out the final decimation of the party. I am asking members of the NWC, those who are progressive, who are in majority, this is the time to act. And let me also inform you that we have uncovered again new judicial plots they have had, as usual, all at the Federal High Court. One, they have filed a case at the Federal High Court against some members of the NWC, especially Debo, our spokesperson, who have been in the vanguard of ensuring that the right thing is done. They have used one Batuba and Mohammed with the agenda of removing the National Public Secretary from office, another NWC member, through a kangaroo expert application. We uncovered this application, and I want Nigerians to pay attention to it. That as we are chasing them here, they're also running from this other side. They have filed a process at the Federal High Court with the purpose of removing the members of NWC. These Damago and Anyanwu and Pronwike group, they are not stopping, despite the damage they have done to this once glorious party. They now want to sink the entire NWC with this application they have filed, which have been assigned to Court 7 of the Federal High Court. And I wanted to bring members of the party to speed with this. They have also filed another application in court, the same Federal High Court. Why they are preaching peace? Why people are looking for peace in the Rivers issue? They have filed an application to declare the seat of the lawmakers who are pro-Fubara seat vacant. This application have also been assigned. This application was filed against Edison Ehi, Sokare, Adolphus Timothy, and Okejumbo and other people. You can see the kind of people we are dealing with. They want crisis, they want anarchy. Didn't the Supreme Court rule that everybody in that House of Assembly should go back? So why are you secretly filing another action to remove them from office? As you're also aware, that one also spared me. That also filed an application at the Federal High Court, which is before Justice Suleiman, Court 11. But one beautiful thing about this action by Anyanwu and Pronwike group, which is aimed at silencing the voices of those who are speaking up against their impunity, is that they filed this application and it was assigned. The person that filed is one SAN. And I wonder how people become SAN these days, that an SAN, JJ Usman, I don't know his name again. They filed it and it was assigned to a judge. And suddenly they feel that maybe the judge will not do their bidding. They withdrew this application. And then they refiled it again, the same issues, the same lawyer, and SAN for that matter. And it was assigned to Court 11, Justice Suleiman, where they are celebrating that with forged documents of an expulsion from the party, that they can get the court to declare my seat vacant. Have anybody heard about somebody who has not decamped, who has not left his party? Somebody will go to court and declare his seat vacant. Is it possible? No. But this pro-Wike group believes that the Federal High Court is a playground where all sorts of iniquities can happen. We'll be watching them and we'll fight them like we have fought them in the past.
Hon.Ikenga
Let us remember, how did we get here? A man ran a presidential primary, yes, on weekend, and he lost the primary to Atiku Abubakar. They offered him baby. Later, he was not selected for whatever reason. Was he not defeated at the primary? From that particular moment, he declared war against a party that did nothing to him. Cases upon cases, injunction upon injunction from the Federal High Court, with the purpose of destabilizing the party. A party that made you a local government chairman, a party that made you a chief of staff, a party that made you a minister, a party that made you a governor. Party did not do anything to you. You removed sheriff, nobody complained. You put secondus, you remove secondus, nobody complained. You put Ayu, you removed Ayu, nobody complained. And then suddenly, you continue to hurt members of this party across different parts of the country. You can do your minister work for the ruling APC, no problem, it's your choice. You can be man enough also to join them, it's your choice. But where lies your morality and your honor to wake up and say, I would destroy an institution that made you who you are? Apart from the PDP, you have never done any other thing. So why hurt the PDP? And that is why it is paining us that leaders of this party, instead of standing up to fight, is running away. I will appeal once again to the members of the NWC. The whole country and whole party members are watching. And they want you to take one decisive action. Convene an emergency national working committee meeting. Do not wait for the governors. You can see that some of them already compromised. Call an emergency NWC meeting and expel Hon.Ikenga Ugochiyere from the party. Adopt the report of the Kimi Disciplinary Committee that recommended their expulsion. If you cannot deal with these simple issues, how do you want people to take you serious that you are an opposition party? No country can function effectively without opposition. Why are you sleeping? So, part of the essence of this briefing is to alert party members that there is danger. One of that danger is the new suit they have filed to incapacitate the NWC by using an order of a Federal High Court to suspend some of its officers. And also, to inform you of the new development that Damagu wants to seek re-election. Despite his impunity and iniquities, he wants to remain as your national chairman and ensure that all those that want to exit the party exit completely before burying the party. It is very painful, it is hurting that these issues are happening in the party. And to inform you that while they are doing that, 40 of our lawmakers has perfected their plan to decamp because of the crisis. In order to avert that, we must act now. We must deal with them. We must take control of the party to avert those left from leaving the party. And let me tell you, apart from those who want to leave in the coming weeks, there are those who are waiting to leave after August. So if we don't get the next meeting to hold in May next month, if they abort it as they have perfected plan to get another injunction, that if it does not hold, in that case we do not have a substantive national secretary as the governors are proposing, and then we do not succeed in August, September at the national convention, the remaining members of the party elected will leave the party. That means Damagu and Anyanwu have succeeded in carrying out their agenda they were hired to carry out. So let members of the party start speaking up. Let organs of the party start taking decisive decisions as the only way to save the party from complete failure.
Nigeria, Ugochiyere Nigeria
Down here, because there was no state congress, party members and leaders and organ gathered and said the party must move forward, and have communicated to me as the state leader of the party in Imo, as the only elected public officer from Imo on the party platform, that there have been change of guard, and that the new acting chairman of Imo PDP is Chief Chris Odomenam.
Yes, sir. Power. Yes, sir. Power.
With Chief Sylvester Durukwak as the state secretary.
Power.
And we are calling on the National Working Committee also to immediately recognize the new interim executive of Imo PDP in view of the fact that there is vacancy in Imo PDP. There was no Congress, and those even parading themselves. You can imagine one Nwachukwu Austin, somebody that ran primary in PDP, failed, ran to Labour Party. Even when they gave him all the structure in PDP, you can imagine he wrote the delegate list, but he lost the primary. That is how inconsequential he is. And then he went to Labour Party. Everybody in Labour, either you come first or second, right? But he came fourth to tell you how inconsequential he is. Now a member of Labour Party parading as the state chairman of Imo PDP, because Anyanwu and Wike say he should be the state chairman. Chris Odomena is the state chairman of Imo PDP. And Imo PDP have also ratified the earlier expulsion of Anyanwu. Anyanwu have been expelled from Imo by Imo PDP. And we want the National Working Committee to recognize this and ensure that the necessary resolution is passed in the days ahead to send these political traitors out of the party. You must show that you're a man for people to respect you. You must take the right decision for the interest of our party. Yes. Here in Imo, we don't know who Anyanwu is. We only know him as an APC agent and a political coward who has no shame, and Imo son, accepting to be the one that will bury Africa's biggest opposition party. What a shame. And that is why here in Imo, I'm communicating this decision. I have written to the NWC, and our party have taken that decision. And I'm saying it as the state leader of the party, that Chris Odomena is our acting state chairman. And the NWC must also recognize that, so that we can start the internal cleansing of in our party.
Yes, sir.
So, in coming to conclusion, I'm bringing this briefing to an end. It's important I recap for those who are joining us. That one, the PDP is sinking, and it's sinking very fast. Two, that despite the damage they have done, they have perfected fresh plans again to ensure that the NWC is incapacitated, with multiple suits filed at the Federal High Court, especially the one also filed against the National Publicity Secretary, Debo, which is in Court 7, to ensure that they restrain with injunction in the night all NWC members, to ensure that the party have even no NWC, because they have lost majority in the NWC. And also to inform you that because of this crisis, which we all must stand up to find solution to now, that I can confirm to you that 2 more governors from our party wants to decamp, and 40 lawmakers also wants to decamp. Averting this imminent danger, which will happen in a matter of days, that the NWC must immediately rise up and summon an emergency meeting of the party with their simple majority, which they already have, with or without Damagu, to expel Anyanwu, the political traitor, from the party, and also ratify the removal of Damagu by appointing a non-central person as the acting substantive national chairman of our party. This is not difficult. NWC, this is not difficult. Do this before what is left goes away. And also to adopt the report of the Kimi report, completely suspending and removing Anyanwu from the party. And also the expulsion of Nyesom Wike from the party. Are you people not men? Somebody has vowed to bury the party. I have not done anything. And if NWC fails to act, the consequences is that those remaining, they are going to do what? Go. And nothing will be left of the party. And also to inform you that those multiple applications even extends to me at court 11 to declare my seat vacant with forged documents at the same Federal High Court. They have gone there again. We are fighting it, but the whole world must know because these men have no shame. And that the PDP did not do any wrong to them. They decided to hold the party because of their stomach. So let those governors who are still committed rise up and ensure that the right thing is done. And I want to question the rationale behind the appointment of Governor Fintri as chairman of the convention committee. Is it that this convention has been designed to fail even before starting? Because of his loyalty and support to Damagu and Wike, can Fintri conduct a national convention that can lead PDP to rebuilding itself? It's going to be very difficult unless he has repented. So with all due respect to him, we do not have confidence that he can lead us to a successful convention. But I'm begging the NWC members to take this decisive step, or else these 40 lawmakers that have confided in me are going to leave in mass in the coming days. And the remaining 2 governors are going to also leave. So the only way to show that you are serious is to take control of the party. Discipline Damagu and appoint a substantive chairman from North Central. Expel Nyesom Wike from the party. And throw Samuel Anyamu from the window by expelling him. Then you have shown that you are ready to be taken serious. Right now, nobody can take the PDP serious.
There is something that makes me come into your presence, my heaven. There is something that makes me come into your presence, my heaven, my heaven, my heaven, my heaven. There is something that makes me come into your presence, my heaven.
In same mood of conclusion, let me also call on the federal government once again to come to the rescue of the people of Idato. The erosion has cut through almost all major towns in Uruala. Site 1, Site 2, Site 3. Ozuome community and all parts of Uruala. That erosion has moved to Umueshi, Amanato, it has cut off that place. That erosion has moved to Oboduku and Isiokpo. Homes, are falling inside the gully erosion in Isiokpo. Please, federal government, especially Ministry of Works and Environment, Isiokpo, Oboduku, Uruala, Amanato, Umueshi is in urgent need for help. Come to the rescue of our people. And we appreciate the one already done in Umuchima. But we're asking that these ones in Uruala, Isiokpo, Oboduku, Amanato, Umueshi is more dangerous than the one of Umuchima. Come to the aid of our people.
I got the sort of money that I boy gang. I got the sort of money that I boy
Honorable Chris, Odemen, are you here? Chris, are you here? Yes. Okay, let him come. Okay. Yes, this is Honorable Chris Odomena, the acting state chairman of Imo PDP. The decision was taken by the entire stakeholders of Imo PDP because there was no Congress in Imo and there's no leadership in Imo. What we have is house boys of Anyanwu who think they can continue to carry out Wike's interests in Imo State. And Chris and his people have ratified the expulsion of Anyanwu from the party. Yes, we in Imo does not know him. And we want Abuja to also be bold and courageous enough to adopt the Kimi report and throw Anyanwu from the window. So let me end by thanking you all for coming to this briefing and thanking our leaders for standing firm with us. Together, we will continue the struggle for a stronger and united PDP that will be a platform that can give all of us opportunity to continue to aspire. And also to thank the members of the NWC who have been courageous enough, fighting night and day. The treasurer, the financial secretary, the PRO, and other leaders of the party who have been working so hard to continue and complete this task by taking those bold actions you have decided. PDP! Power to the people! PDP! Power to the people!
Hon.Ikenga ndị Imo unu anwụchiri anwụcho amekele nwa anyị nwoke anyị zigara Abuja o meju anyị o metara ya ọfụma ọ wekwa ya is a man who defends democracy to the last ọ na-achọ mmegbu onye ọbụla n'ihi nke ahụ ndị Imo ka nkele gị ojozi ndị Imo the leader we have the capacity leader in Imo State the only man who can come out and tell you what he tell in the morning tell it after he tell it evening is no other person than Ikenga Imo ojozi ndị Imo ka nkele gị for you to be fighting for democracy till today ihe ọma ga-eru gị aka ị ga-anwụcha ọnwụ ị ga-adịrị anyị ndụ Igbo ga-aga n'ihu PDP ga-aga n'ihu ebumnobi anyị niile maka nke gị wa ga-adịrị anyị na mma ọ ga-adị otu aba n'aha nke Nna
n'aka Ọkpara na nke Mmụọ Nsọ.
Hello. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Honorable Chris Odemenam, the acting state chairman of Imo PDP, and other leaders of Imo PDP who are here, who came here with you, and also to thank our people who came out despite the weather to stand with us, and our leaders, and our traditional leaders and chiefs and Akajofo who are also here with us, and religious leaders. And for those who have been asking me about the fake news, we are still in PDP. We will continue to fight until the next meeting of May, and also, more importantly, that of the Convention of August. And if these traitors are not chased away from the party, if they continue to have their way, then we may reconsider our membership of the party. Ekelela monu. Idatokelenu! Idatokelenu! Idatokelezonu! Thank you all for coming.
Let us put our hands together for Ikenga Ugochiyere. Let's clap our hands together, please. Let's put our hands together. We can do better than that. We can now quietly go back to our seats. Please, let's quietly go back to our seats, please. Everybody go to your seat. Everybody go to your seat.